Hello and welcome to Dotnet with Sikhen, and our today's topic is CSharp structures and enumeration. So let's get started. What is a structure? A struct is a value type that groups related data allocated on the stack. It is faster and no garbage collection needed. Now what are the characteristics? So it has first one is the value type, copied by value, not by reference. So basically it copies the value one by one. It does not have the reference type like classes, and it does not have the inheritance, so cannot derive from other struct or classes. It supports constructors, fields, properties, and methods, and this is best for coordinates, dates, small records. So this is the structure. Now let's talk about the enumeration, enum. So what is an enum? An enum defines a set of named integers constant, making code more readable than magic numbers. So these are the different characteristics. Let's see. First one is the underlying type is int by default, and you can specify byte or short. That's it. Value starts at 0 and it increments by 1, and it can override also, and it is type safe alternative to integers. So let's flip to the Visual Studio and look at it in action. So here I have prepared one program using these two concepts like enum and structure. So let's look at this enum here, the declaration. So you need to declare like the access modifier, and then the keyword enum, and then the enum name, and then you can provide the different data. So here the first one is the nursery. So this is the grade level basically, and we have the first nursery, and then primary, secondary, and higher secondary. And you can see the value of nursery is by default 0, primary has 1, and so on, right? And the second one is the student structure. So the struct keyword is used for that, and here I have declared few public fields like public string name and then public grade level, right? So this grade level is basically that enum. And here I have created two constructor. One is the student without you can say like parameters, and another is the parameterized constructor. So we have two parameters here, name and label, right? So this default constructor, I have provided one default name equal to unknown, and then label equal to grade level dot nursery. So this is the default constructor. But here whatever the value you will be passing while creating the instance of that structure, it will be assigning this name and label. So here in this parameterized constructor we have two parameters here, name and label. So label is the grade level. Okay, and how we should call it or use it? So here I have created one instance, that is the student one. So first student is there, and then is equal to new student, and I have passed two values here, Bob, and Bob is in primary, right? So there are two values I have passed in this constructor, and here you can print it like student1 dot name. So in this way you can access the fields value, the structures fields value. So student1 dot name in student1 dot label. So basically it will print you Bob in primary kind of, and then student2 that I have written here is equal to new student, and I have not given any name. Right here you can see I have not provided any name, and if I try to print it, then the default value of the name will be get printed, or name will be get printed. Yeah. So what is the default value of the name? This is unknown, right? And the label is nursery. So here it will print you unknown nursery. Let's run it and look at the result. Now you can see Bob in primary and unknown in nursery, right? So this is the case. But let's say if I don't create this default constructor, then what will happen? Let's say I'm commenting it out. Okay, now if I run it again, then what will be the result? Because I don't have the default constructor. So the default value of the fields will be get printed. For example, the default value of name is null, the default value of grade level is the first one, that is the 0th value, right? This one. So the nursery should be printed. Now if I run it, then it will print blank in nursery. So let's look at the result again. Now you can see Bob in primary, that is the first print, and here blank in nursery. So basically this name value is null. So yeah, so that's it for today, and have a great day. Thank you.